fellas, ever had a crush on a girl way out of your league, like could snap you in half but looks adorable when flustered? Well, in anime, these guys actually get the girl. Today we're diving into 10 times a total badass fell for a shy, honest dude. And trust me, if they can pull it off, maybe there's hope for you too. Nah, just kidding, you're still getting left on red. Starting strong with Medica Box, where Medica Kurakami is basically the queen of perfection. She's acing sports, leading her school like a general, and probably folding her laundry better than you ever will. This girl's so badass she could punch a hole through your insecurities, and she'd still say, "You're welcome." Then there's Zenkichi, our shy, honest sidekick who's just trying to keep up without tripping over his own morals. The romance? It's a slow burn subplot in this shonen chaos. But when Medica's kicking ass and Zenkichi's blushing in the corner, you feel the sparks. Is it enough to carry the show? Depends. Do you like your badass girls with a side of over-the-top absurdity? Stay tuned, because things get wilder.
I noticed it a while ago, but I thought it might be intentional.
Are you crazy?
Akame got killed. If you love dark fantasy and brutal battles, this one's for you. Akame is a ruthless assassin, slicing through foes like they're paper. Meanwhile, Tatsumi, he's a country boy with a heart of gold and a talent for getting flustered around strong women. Akame's tough as nails exterior cracks whenever he's around, revealing a softer side. But don't get too comfortable. This story isn't all sunshine and butterflies. Let's just say, loving a badass has its risks. Next, my teen romantic comedy, where Yukino Yukinoshida is the ice-cold queen of sass and competence. She's sharp enough to cut through your excuses and runs the service club like a dictator with better hair. Then there's Hachiman, our shy, honest cynic who'd rather hide in a corner than admit he's got feelings. This isn't your typical punch-a-dude badassery. Yukino's power is in her brain and that death glare. The romance? It's buried under layers of snark, but when it peeks out, it's adorable chaos. Will they ever confess? Stay tuned, things get wilder. Next, the world is still beautiful. Nike's a rain-summoning princess who'd rather drown you than curtsy. Total badass with a wild streak. She's forced to marry Livius, a shy king who conquered the world but can't conquer his own awkwardness. He's honest to a fault, and she's got enough fire to melt his defenses. The push and pull is electric. Half the time you're scared she'll flood the palace. Half the time you're rooting for them to kiss. Will weather control lead to love? Spoiler, it's a storm worth watching. Next one's a curveball. Don't go anywhere.
のんきそうな顔を眺めているだけで無意味にイライラする。
Okay, Ergo Proxy is where things get dark and twisty. Riel Mayer is a badass detective in a dystopian hellscape. Think cyberpunk vibes with a side of existential dread. She's got a gun, a glare, and zero patience for nonsense. Then there's Vincent, our shy, awkward boy who's so honest he'd confess to a crime he didn't commit just to avoid confrontation. This anime's a labyrinth. Half the time you're scared, half the time you're hooked, and all the time you're wondering if these two will ever figure out their feelings. The romance sneaks up like a shadow, but when it hits, oof, chills. Up next, a total switch up. Can you guess what's coming?
明日のグラマーの小テストちゃんと予習した？
Welcome to Witchcraft Works, where Kagari Ayaka is the ultimate witchy bodyguard, tall, stoic, and ready to set your enemies on fire with a flick of her wand. She's protecting Takamaya, a shy dude so honest he'd apologize to a brick wall for bumping into it. This anime's like if Hermione Granger decided Harry Potter needed a babysitter, and a broomstick beatdown for anyone who looked at him funny. The animation pops, the fights slap, and their dynamic, pure opposites attract gold. But Takamiya's got secrets, and Kagari's hiding something too. What's the deal? You'll have to watch.
Witness the awesome power of this.
Shut the fuck up. Didn't you see I wasn't even listening? I mean,
Black Lagoon. Revy, aka Two Hands, is a gunslinging, profanity-spewing hurricane who'd scare the devil himself. She's chaos in leather boots. And then there's Rock, an ex-office drone so polite he'd say sorry while she's shooting up a bar. Fear factor? High. Revy's kill count rivals your student loan debt. Excitement? Through the roof. Their banter's sharper than her bullets. Romance? It's twisted, raw, and buried under layers of trauma, but it's there. The Roberta's Blood Trail arc proves Rock's her anchor, and I'm still screaming for a new season. Dead Men Wonderland is a roller coaster of gore and feels. Shiro's a white-haired psycho with a grin that says, "I'll kill you and bake you a cake after." Ganta's our shy, honest lead, framed for murder, tossed into a prison where survival's a death game. And oh boy, he's not ready. Shiro's unhinged badassery keeps him alive, but her twisted affection, that's the real terror. It's gritty, it's gory, and it's got that what the hell just happened urgency. Top two are next. Can they top this madness?
It's because I've never seen anyone so beautiful.
chivalry of a failed knight storms in with Stella Vermilion, a fiery princess who swings a flaming sword and radiates "don't mess with me" energy. She's a top-tier mage knight who could roast you alive. And then there's Iki Kuragani, a shy, honest underdog so humble he'd probably thank his opponent for giving him a hard time, right before completely destroying them. This show's a magical slugfest. Excitement explodes with every clash, and the fear of failure keeps you on edge. Their romance? It's a slow burn that ignites into something fierce, proving opposites don't just attract, they combust. Number 1's looming. Will it steal the crown?
僕のダーリン僕のダーリンだ僕のダーリンダーリン
Here it is, Darling in the Franxx. 02's the pink-haired queen of chaos, a half-human badass who'd pilot a mech through your living room and call it foreplay. Heroes are shy, honest pilot in training, so pure he'd blush at a handshake. The sci-fi stakes are wild, giant robots, dystopian vibes, and a romance that's equal parts thrilling and terrifying. 02's darling energy redefined waifu culture, and their journey's a roller coaster of highs, lows, and a debated ending that'll leave you yelling at your screen. Best part, the build-up's worth every second. Did it live up to the hype? You tell me. Drop your thoughts below. There you go, 10 anime where badass girls steal the show and the shy boy's heart. Which one's your vibe? 02's Wild Ride or Revi's Trigger Happy Chaos? Smash that like button if you're team girls who could end me, and subscribe if you're not a coward. Oh, and before you bounce, check out my video on top 10 anime where enemies become lovers right here.